What were they thinking? How in God's name, or anybody's name for that matter, could they have done this to us? There's likely not a young person alive today who hasn't angrily verbalized these comments more times than can be counted in one form or another, directed at the generations that came before them. Yes, the future can be a disappointment, but what do you do when you're told that there may be no future? This potential existential crisis has occupied the thinking of the SPI team for some time, and it is finally beginning to dawn on many of the inhabitants of planet Earth, unfortunately much later than it should have. Every 4 years, the National Intelligence Council, which represents all 18 U.S. intelligence agencies, publishes the results of a detailed analysis in a document called Global Trends, a comprehensive work by analysts within the intelligence community, with extensive input from experts in various disciplines from around the world. It's an assessment of where their best data and intel suggest the world is headed over the next 2 decades. Although not a precise forecast, it has often been correct. In 2008, for example, although the world had not experienced similar physical and emotional devastation since 1918, the report presciently warned of the possible emergence of a perilous pandemic, originating during the next 2 decades within East Asia and rapidly spreading throughout every corner of the world. No place on Earth would be untouched, except perhaps a few isolated places in the Arctic and Antarctica. The 2020 report found the predicted pandemic, COVID-19, to be the most significant singular global disruption since World War II, with medical, political, and security implications that would reverberate throughout the world for many years to come, and indeed have and will continue to do so. True to form, this pandemic was a preamble to a far darker picture of what began to unfold with increasing ferocity during the past decade. It's important to recognize that viruses first appeared on Earth about 1.5 billion years ago. They have since become quite intelligent, having had lots of time to learn about the process of viral evolution. It's why there have been numerous deadly virus pandemics since then, and this will continue to be the case until the end of all life on Earth, some 7.5 billion years from now, when our sun morphs into its red giant phase and expands beyond Earth's current orbit and swallows it. The 2020 intelligence report accurately foresaw a more contested world divided by forces and violence, resulting from the potential impact of accelerating climate change, aging populations, financial crises, and new technologies. This strong polarity among people, institutions, and governments correctly anticipated a deep divide, rather than the unification of people around the world, thereby straining societies and generating shocks that could be catastrophic and planting the seeds for long-lasting damage to humanity. The report accurately concluded that the gap between addressing critical national and global challenges, such as climate change, and the ineffectiveness of the institutions charged with addressing these challenges would continue to grow, so that state, national, and global politics would likely become more volatile and contentious. No region would be immune, nor would there be any effective strategies implemented to deal with these critical issues.